In this morning show, we are here to inspire you
about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business. And we'll support you every step of the way.
right in the morning. Just put your mind to it.
Coffee with Nikki.
Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikki, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time tuned to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikki. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikki, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? We have birds chirping. We have some sunshine, thunderstorms later, but we got some sunshine now. And it's a great day. Welcome, everybody to Coffee with Nikki. I am your host, Miss Nikki. This is your daily cup of information and inspiration. Today, we are back in the garden. Why? Because it's that time. It's that time of the year for me. I'm always in the garden. And as I'm in the garden, I always have some life lessons. And yesterday we were talking about pruning. I also went into companion planting and combative planting. And so I want to lean into that a little bit more today. I know Kim sent me a message and she said she loved the analogy. So I said, you know what? I need to lean into it a little bit more because I don't know if I was as clear. And I also wanted to really show the comparison of how it's very important for you to build a supportive network around you, as opposed to building up a network just to have people around you that are going to compete for the shine, that's going to compete for your nutrients. So we're going to be talking about that today and then tomorrow, because today I wanted to talk about fertilizing your crop. So that's fertilizing yourself, right? And so there's a way to do it. There's a time, there's a way to do it. There's a time to do it. There's a certain quantity you have to do. And so I really want to lean into that too. So we're going to talk about fertilizing tomorrow, but today we're going to talk about companion planting and combative planting. And so that's what we got popping here. Also, for you guys, if you are part of the 7-day challenge, we are on day 3. Day 3 is a single task. You're going to focus solely on this single task. You're not going to multitask. You're going to just focus only on this task until that task is done. Yes? Okay, so everybody who's in the 7-day challenge, I'm loving what you're doing. I feel that it's very encouraging and inspirational in there. You guys are showing up for each other and giving suggestions. I absolutely love that. And so, so if you missed this 7-day challenge, maybe you could catch us on the next one. I'm not going to be adding anybody else to the 7-day challenge because we're already on day 3. And so you have day 0 to 3 to catch up on. We're just going to, start off fresh next week. So if you would like to be a part of our 7-day challenge next week, then we'll do it next week. And I may be doing some changes on the 7-day challenge and do more emails. I did a few emails that went out, but I'm going to do one every single day. So with that being said, let me check and see who's in the building. We got Cousin in the building and she's first. You guys may know her as Treese or Heartbeat Candle Co. or Cousin, because that's what I call her. But she is known here in these YouTube streets as the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on Earth in the building. Good morning, Cousin. Good morning. Hey, Miss Betty Rose. We missed you, girl. Where you been? Good morning, everyone. Miss Betty Rose said, good morning, Melody. Melody said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning. Michelle says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tracy. Tracy said, good morning, beautiful ladies. Good morning, Kara. Kara's in the building. She said, good morning, good people. And she gave us a heart with a pride heart. I can't see it, but that's what it says. Nikki, I love your background. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Quell's in here? I didn't see her. No, she's not here. She's not here. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that. So if you are part of the 7-day challenge, if you're in the room right now and you're part of the 7-day challenge, I want you to put some ones in the chat. Ones in the chat, because I want to know your thoughts, how you think it's going. Do you feel more accomplished? Even though we're gonna have a whole conversation about this, I still want to know right now in the chat, so other people can see what we got going on. It forced me to see that I'm wasting a lot of my day, and I get a lot of stuff done in my day, and it depends on when I get it done, but I do get a lot of stuff done in my day, but I do BS a lot of my day. Like, more things can get done, and not in the way of being overwhelming, but in the way of me just doing things that are time sucks and doing things that are just wasting away my time, where I'm really not doing anything. Not so much doing anything, but doing anything productive. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm realizing that I'm wasting a lot of the day. I'm not seizing the day. So I gotta do that. I gotta not figure out. I already know what I gotta do, but I gotta stop wasting a lot of my day. Once you start looking at it and putting everything on your schedule, like scheduling your discipline, you'll realize how much of the day you're letting get away from you. And we only have a short time frame to get the stuff done. Even though it seems long, we still only have a little, a short window to get these things done. And so that's one of my things that I am realizing from this 7-day challenge. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. Chantel is in the building. I got one thing done yesterday. Got you. Melody, you still did something. Remember, Nikki said even 1%. We should be 1% every single day. 1% better every single day. Not do 1%. 1% better every single day. Every single day. And realizing what you did yesterday, Melody, we can do better today, right? So if the day got away from you, you can see what you did that, and what needs to be worked on so that you can fix it for today. And so I wouldn't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Doing one thing, you got something done off the list. Today is only one task, so just focus on one task. So you would have been right on point for today, but tomorrow, today, make sure you focus just on one thing and stay solely on that, and until that thing is completed. And if that thing is completed, then you can go on to the number 2. But the main thing is just single task. No multitasking, no distractions, just that one single task. One single task. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, I'll do better today. That's it. That's it, honey. That's it. Somebody told me that they were on my TikTok, and so a long time ago days, I used to do this personality that I created called Cha Cha Fierce, and so that's how I used to speak. Honey, because I'm Cha Cha Fierce. So I used to do that. But I thought about that when I just said what I said. But yes, today we are going to be talking about the garden again. And I will be talking about the garden until gardening season is over. Right? So let me see. So I got 2 people in here that's doing the challenge. Okay. All right. So yes, we're going to do way better. And today, my day is not going to slip away from me. I got a lot of stuff to do as far as the garden is concerned. So I'm going to hurry up and get that done before the rain comes in. I bought some more starts that's more ahead of mine that I started from seed. My lettuce. My lettuce is lettucing. And I got to start bringing it in, but harvesting my lettuce. I didn't harvest any of it yet, but oh my gosh, one of my goals down. I got lettuce popping. Okay, I grew my own lettuce from seed. The only reason why I'm not having salad with my lettuce is because my cucumbers didn't pop yet, and neither did my tomatoes. So there's still things growing. My carrots, all those things are still growing, but I'm gonna put lettuce on something today. And we have a thunderstorm happening at about 5. So I want to get all my stuff out into the garden because the rainwater just does something to the garden. The next day, the thing be popping. So I want to get my stuff out there. So that's what I do. I have my that's what I have to do. I have my watermelon that I'm putting out there. I have a tomato because it already had a tomato on the stem. So I said I'm gonna put that out there so I could get, succession planting. So that, and what else did I get? I got, okra. Okra. The okra that they had is tall. They don't take care of the plants in Home Depot and those places. And so you got to really like kind of pick through it. And they're not on sale yet. I don't know why, because, the season's almost over, but for them. But we'll see. So we're going to be talking about companion planting today. Companion planting today. So yesterday I was talking about the importance of pruning, right? Pruning away the leaves. And I went outside this morning to check on my stuff this morning, and all the plant. Remember I said I pruned my cucumbers bare, right? They were naked. And so now I can see the new leaves developing, and the old, the ones that I've taken off are being replaced with the brand new greenery, brand new leaves. And so I was a little worried about it, but I see that it's coming back and it looks even healthier than it did before. And so we were talking about that as far as relating that to our lives. Like, sometimes we have to prune things that are no longer serving us, things that are ruining our leaves, things that are eating holes through our leaves, things that are destroying the plant and stopping it from growing. And so we have to cut them off. And instead of trying to make it appear to be full, we need to do what we need to do in the beginning so that the plant can grow and thrive. And you want the plant to grow and thrive. You don't want it to give the illusion of fullness and it never grows into and bear fruit the way that it should. You want to be able to cut those things off in the beginning and as it grows as well, so that you can produce this fruit, because there is a season of growing. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to make sure that you do that. And that's with anything. That can be with relationships. That can be with habits that you have. That can be with mindset. You want to make sure that you start pruning those things away so that you can flourish into the fruit that you was designed to be. Yes. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Say I'm with you in the chat. Matter of fact, say pruning in the chat. Say pruning in the chat. It is time. It is time. It is time for everybody to start pruning those leaves. It's some bad habits, that stinking thinking, that mindset. All of those things have got to go. Anybody that is draining your energy, any situations that are draining your energy, any situations that are not helpful, that are hurting you, they gotta go. It's time to prune. Pruning in the chat. It is time to prune those leaves off and not be afraid and not worry about what it looks like on the outside. I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I told you guys I was in a season of stillness. I was in a season of getting into my purpose and direction, right? I was in a season of trying to restructure what I had going on, right? I was in that season. And in that season, it always seems like things are not working. Things are not, all the things that you did before no longer are working, no longer is working. And so I had to step back for a second and look at that and see how I could fix it, and see how I'm going to move, see what's going to be my next right step. And so you have to be unafraid to be shown. You know what I'm saying? You have to be, vulnerable to know that, okay, my leads are going to come back. My growth is going to happen. I am trusting in the process, and the process is going to work. I know, as long as I pour into myself, as long as I provide the nutrients, as long as I do what I need to do, I know that my growth is happening right now. I may not see it. I may look bare right now, but I know that I am growing and I am flourishing. And sometimes we're so afraid to be naked. We're so afraid to be vulnerable. We're so afraid to give the illusion, say this is what we're looking like right here in this season, because we want to look like we have it all together. And the truth of the matter is that we don't always have it together. Right? That's the truth. The one thing that I think is going to help entrepreneurs is the real transparency to me. the authenticity that is going to show other entrepreneurs that yes, you may be feeling a certain type of way, but you are not the only one who feels this way, and you are not going to feel this way for long. You're going to come through it, and you got to do the work. But some people need to see somebody else doing the work to know, okay, I have the encouragement to take that next step. I'm going to do the work. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get into the habit of letting those things go. We don't need to appear to be full. We need to be full, right? I don't need to appear like I have it all together. If I'm going to have it all together, I need to have it all together. I don't need it for show. I need it for real, right? And so we need to get into the habit of pruning whenever we need to prune. Seasons may change, and we gotta prune. Sometimes we gotta shake things out and put something else there. Sometimes we gotta move things around. Maybe next year we know that we gotta plant this next to this, and so we have to be unafraid to prune the leaves because we're worried about appearance. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Let me know in the chat. One's in the chat. You understand what I'm saying? We cannot give the illusion of having it all together. We need to have it together. Period. And if you know that you need something in the season, ask for it. Don't be afraid to ask for it because you feel like, oh, well, this person thinks I'm here, or this person thinks I'm here. If you know that you need it, ask for what you need. Ask for what you need, because it's going to show up sooner or later, right? You don't need to appear full. You just need to get what you need. Get what you need. Okay, so yes, like I said, yesterday I also went into talking about companion plants. So Kim had sent me a message, and she's like, she really liked that point, and I was like, you know what, let me dig into that a little bit more, right? So companion plants is when you putting other plants that are going to help your whatever you're planting grow even better, right? So it could flourish even more. It could have sweeter fruit. It could bear a sweeter fruit. It could help it to grow by providing nutrients, by deterring pests, by providing shade. So there's a lot of things that can happen when you are companion planting, because it is help both plants, or however many plants, is helping each other grow. And we do that in community too, right? You do that when you're building relationships with people. That's how you want to think about the relationships that you build. You want to build the relationships with people that are going to help feed you. They're going to help provide you with nutrients, not give you all the answers, but somebody who is going to help you grow, and you are going to do the same to them. The relationship that you have with each other will be reciprocal. And this is what you do within the networks. This is what you do within your relationships. This is what you do within your communities. This is what you do within your business. You want to make sure that you are providing things that is going to be of value, that is going to help each other grow and to live their best lives, right? How many of y'all with me in the chat? How many of y'all are with me in the chat? This year, I focused on a whole lot more of companion planting in my garden. Last year, I did it here and there, but this year, I really last year, I got to see, the difference. But this year, I started to do it. Like, last year, I did 3 sisters, right? And the 3 sisters is when you plant the corn, beans, and squash together, because they help one another. They all provide, they all have a task, and they all help each other, right? And so it's just like a sisterhood. And this is just like you building your community. This is just about just like your network, just like your mindset, right? You need things that are going to provide that stability for you. And so the 3 sisters provide stability, right? And so I started to do that last year, but last year I did it in a manner where everything kind of got jumbled up because I did it too close, right? And I didn't spread it out enough. And a lot of us are not opening our minds wide enough. We're keeping it really narrow, and we're not growing, right? And so you want to not have that fixed mindset. You want to be able to have that growth mindset. And so with that growth mindset, you'll be able to flourish and to grow and to continue to grow, and not be, stifled by, the suffocation. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to space it out, right? So this year I spaced it out. Now, I also did with my tomatoes, I did companion planting. Usually I'll do my tomatoes. Good morning, Deltra. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Usually I'll do my tomatoes with marigolds, right? This year I said, you know what? I watched the video, and this is me getting more knowledge, right? This is me feeding myself. This is me putting nutrients into my soil, right? So I was watching the video, and in this video, it said to plant your tomatoes with marigolds and basil. So the basil is going to provide that odor that is going to keep the pests away and things like that. And the marigolds is going to help bring the like pollinators and things like that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try that this year. Now, when I did it last year, I didn't put it closely enough, right? The basil was around and it was near the tomatoes, but it wasn't like in the pot with the tomatoes, right? And so I did it differently this year. And so that's how I did it. And so I did that. I did also my collard greens. I did my collard greens with onion and garlic, because the onion and garlic is supposed to deter the things that eat your leaves and stuff like that. And so far, what I'm noticing, my collard greens, remember I had a cover on it because I didn't want anything to eat it. Collard greens are one of another goal that I have in order to, with my goals. I had a few goals. I had the lettuce, the collard greens, the beets, and what else? I had one more, didn't I? That I wanted to grow. And so lettuce down. Collard greens are growing. They're not huge yet, because remember I said I wanted to grow those huge heads of collard greens. So it's growing, but it ain't there yet. Hey, Miss Quell. It's not there yet. And so the beets, I haven't successfully grown a beet. I've grown the greens, but I've never grown the beets, right? And so that's one of the things that I also want to grow. And these are these are my goals, and I see that happening. And so I noticed that the garlic and the onions are helping the collard greens. They're also helping the red cabbage. And so I'm like, okay, this is something we need to talk about, because the companion planting, we need to look at that in our business. So what can we do to companion plant? And I'm talking about, like, if we're looking at it from the business, a business perspective, what can we do to companion plant? Like, what resources, what tools, what things can we do that is going to help us grow? I want you to look at it from, with your entrepreneur eyes, but I'm talking about it from, the plants and the other things that could help one plant grow, or all of them grow. But what can you do in your business that will be similar to companion planting? What can you do? What can you do? Like, I would say reading more, education, those type of things. So what can you do to companion plant for yourself that's going to help you in your business, and it's going to help you with your personal growth? What can you do? Collaboration, for sure. For sure. Keep them coming. There's no right answer. There's no answer that I'm looking for. I just want everybody to throw out answers to me, because I want everybody to see it. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to know these are the things that are going to help you grow. You want to make sure that everything that you're doing is going to help you grow, because if you don't, then you're going to burn out super fast. You're going to burn out super fast. So, and then you also need to know that it's not just solely you. Yes, my tomato plant can grow by itself without the companion planting. It can grow, but it can grow better. It can grow even better with the other things. It can help it thrive as opposed to just surviving, right? And just barely making it, right? So if I put my tomato plant out there, yeah, it's gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? But if I fertilize it, if I companion plant, if I prune it, I can have better harvest. I can have sweeter fruit than just leaving it there by itself. Yes, it can grow by itself. Yes, you can do it by yourself, but you can do it even better, even faster. And you know what I'm saying? With the help. So what could you do that'll be your companion planting? What can you do that will be your help to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur? Let me know in the chat. Partner with someone on social media for mentorship and or partnership? Yes. 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 Anybody else? Anybody else want to throw something out there? You can join other platforms you may not be on. Yes. Yes. Building community. Building community is very important, right? Because as you can see within the community, you build relationships with people, and the relationships that you build can help you. That person may know something or have done something differently from you, and they can provide a different perspective. This person can give you a different insight. This person can give you their honest feedback, and you can appreciate it. This person could show you some resources that they use. This person can, and as you build these communities, as you build relationships, you will see, especially if they are companion plants, you will see that it's going to help you grow and help you thrive. Again, yes, you can do it by yourself. The plants can grow by themselves, but is it going to be the best that it can be? Right? And we got to stop thinking that entrepreneurship means we got to do it by ourselves, because that is not true. That is the furthest from the truth. I got to do everything on my own. I got to do this by myself. I got to, nobody helps me do this. I got to do it myself. I don't trust nobody to do this. I got to do it by myself. We got to get out of that habit of thinking like that, because that habit is going to keep us stuck. That habit is going to keep us small. That habit is going to keep us from growing. And we need to get out of that. We need to get out of that habit, right? Learn something new, exactly, all the time. Melody said, learn something new or how to do something differently, become more efficient. Exactly. Yes, that's one of them. That's one of them. Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Yes, that is Kara, girl. Kara, the baby Cinnabon, she's a year now. She is a year old. So you want to make sure that you are always learning, growing, and building, right? Learning, growing, building, and feeding yourself, providing your nutrients. And this is why we're going to be talking about fertilizer tomorrow, because you want to make sure that you're fertilizing your soil, right? You want to make sure that you're fertilizing your soil. Good morning, Miss Lois. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So let me see what else I have in my notes. Let me show y'all. These are my notes. Let me see. Yeah. These are my notes that I wrote, right? How can I show y'all? Well, anyway, I have my notes. I put my notes into Chat GPT. So it could, I was like, put bullet points in my notes. Because when I'm writing my notes in the morning, I'm just writing it based on my ideas. It may or may not make sense when I read it live, but I'm writing it, I'm typing it as I'm thinking it, right? So I put it in Chat GPT and I said, can you organize my notes and put it into bullet points? And it gave me 2 pages of notes. So you can do that. So if you have notes and you want to organize your thoughts and you feel like you got them all over the place, go on over to Chat GPT and organize yourself, right? Yes, garden metaphor. Come on. You know it. You know it. So you want to make sure that you are companion planting, and you want to make sure that your business is going to flourish because you're building a supportive network around you. I'm putting the right things around me so that I can grow the way I need to grow. So I can grow to live my best life. Right? That's what we want to do. So now I was talking about the 3 sisters, right? The 3 sisters is something that the Native Americans used to use, and this is because they were giving back to the earth. The earth was giving them something, and they were giving back. And so, giving back meant that they were going to plant in this way because it provided, I guess, unity. And it's just like a bond, like a sister, right? And so they called it the 3 sisters. Good morning, Chris Marie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So the beans, green beans, the pole green beans, because you can have the bush green beans that just grow right there. They don't climb up a trellis. So you have the green beans, corn, and you have squash, right? All 3 of them are going to help each other. All 3 of them are going to rely on each other. So the corn is like the older sister, if you're looking at it from that perspective, right? So the corn is the older sister and is going to provide the support, right? The corn is going to provide the support. And you put green beans next to the corn because the green beans are going to pull the nitrogen from the air and is going to provide the nitrogen to the soil, right? And so the corn is going to support the green bean that's going to vine up it, that's going to climb up the corn stalk, right? So you don't have to trellis it. And so then you have the squash. And you guys, did y'all see my squash last year? Put ones in the chat if y'all saw my squash last year. Ones in the chat if you saw my squash last year. 2 if you did not. Because my squash was squashing last year, okay? And I even had corn last year. I don't think I'm gonna have corn this year because I did it late. Not I did it late. I started a little late, but the birds, because there no corn popped up out of the raised bed, I think they got the seeds. So I don't think I'm gonna have corn. But back to the situation. Anybody saw my squash from last year? I came in, hit the like button. Yes, come on, Chris Marie. Yes, hit the like, y'all. Hit the like. Everybody hit the like. Good morning, Naomi. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody hit the like, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. If you missed my squash last year, watch me this year. Watch me this year. So my squash was huge. My squash was bigger than me. Bigger than me, like tall and big, right? And so my leaves were humongous. And so the squash leaves provides the shade for the soil. And so the squash leaf provide the shade for the soil, so it keeps the soil cool. It detracts weeds from growing in there. And so that's what happens with the three sisters. Plus, the squash has prickly vines, and so the prickly vines keeps like raccoons and chipmunks and squirrel, all those pests that y'all see me talk about when I go through the garden and I see them in there, or I see some holes, or I see whatever. It stops it from it deters them from going in there because they don't like to step on it, right? So all three are helping each other, right? They're all beneficial to each other's growth, right? And so this is how we need to see our entrepreneurship journey, right? We need to start putting things in there like, what are your key components for you, right? What are who are your three sisters, right, in your business? What are your three sisters in your business, right? For me, one of them is definitely going to be education, right? I need education. I need to have that stability, right? I need to be able to grow. So education is definitely one of my sisters, right? Discipline, it needs to be another one, because without discipline, my business is going to fall away. My business is not going to keep up. I'm not going to do the things that I'm supposed to do within my business because when I don't feel like doing something, I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm dropping the ball here and there, and then I got to worry about trying to pick it up. No, we're going to rely on each other. I'm never going to let you down. And this is the same with the three sisters in the garden. They're never going to let each other down. They're always going to work. There's not going to be a different season when it never works. It's always going to work. So what are your three sisters in your business? So I said education is one for me. Discipline is another one for me. And I think mindset is my other sister, right? So education, discipline, and mindset. Because if I feel like I can't do something, or if I don't feel like I'm going to grow, if I feel like I'm going to be a small business forever, if I feel like I can't do something, then I'm proving myself right. I can't do it, right? But if I change my mindset into a growth mindset and say that I can do these things, and I'm going to do everything that is necessary and that I'm required to do, I'm going to be able to be and do the things that I want to do. So my mindset is very important. So for me, my three sisters in my garden, that's something that's going to always work, is education, discipline, and mindset. So what are your three sisters for your entrepreneurship journey? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Is it too late to start corn? They do have a variety of corn that has a shorter life, that takes a shorter time to mature. And you can do it within 2 months. So I think you can. I think you will be getting it at the end of the season. Like, I'm going to try my 65-day corn, and because I got all of July, all of August, and hopefully I'll be pulling it 1st of September, kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would still try. I would still try, and it's great for your ego. Growing corn is great for your ego because when you see the stalks grow and they just keep on going and they go into the sky, you just feel so good. You feel so good. A lot of the stuff I grow, I just grow because I like the way it makes me feel. I like the way it makes me feel. Like my squash, I didn't eat my squash last year, and I grew some big ones. I didn't eat my squash last year. I gave it to my neighbors. I grew a big eggplant. I had 3 eggplants. I gave those away. because it makes me feel good. I love to see when my stuff is flourishing. My green beans and squash have sprouted. I would go ahead and start that corn melody. I would go ahead and do it. Happy Winning Wednesday, Kay. Happy. Oh, I'm frozen again. Why does it do this? Nope. Ugh. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Put ones in the chat. Put ones in the chat. I do not know why this computer keeps doing that. And it's doing it at different times. Like yesterday, it was doing about 45-minute mark. Today is at the 37-minute mark. Like, why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? Okay, so we got ones. Okay, so what are your three sisters? What are the things that are going to help you in your business? It's always going to work. What are the three things that are always going to work to help you grow in your business? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I'm seeing some of them right now. Nurturing and taking care of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's from Melody. My three sisters are discipline, education, and authenticity. Okay. My three sisters as of now: mindset, education, and discipline. Yep. 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 Thank you, cousin. Good morning, Big Meech. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Now you right on time, girl. Good morning, Jordan. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Discipline, education, and self-care. Got you, Miss Lois. What are your three sisters in your entrepreneurship journey? These are the things that are always going to work, that are always going to feed you, that are always going to provide anything necessary. If you need protection, if you need information, if you need guidance, these three things are the things that are going to help you all the time. Is always going to work. What are your three sisters? Obedience, mindset, and discipline. Mm-hmm. Three sisters, the things that are always going to work for you. And the next thing that I want to talk about is combative planting, because that can also be a thing. You can be planting, just because you're growing vegetables don't mean that all vegetables are going to go together, right? Just because everybody in this room is entrepreneurs, it doesn't mean that everybody has their best interest at heart. It doesn't mean that everybody is thinking about how can I help you, or how can you help me, or whatever. Some people are just thinking about taking, 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 and all they're doing is depleting other people's resources and energy, right? There are some vegetables, there are some herbs, there are some things that can also do that in nature, right? Things that will deplete the soil, things that will will help, will make the plant stop growing, take more of the water than the other plant can get, and da 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 da. It's a bunch of stuff that can go wrong when you are planting in the garden, and so you got to be mindful, and you got to see those things. So if you know that last year you planted garlic next to spinach, and they're not supposed to go together because they are competing for the same nutrients, or they're going to attract bugs that's going to devour the plant, then next year that you can't plant those things together, right? And sometimes we do that in entrepreneurship. We plant ourselves next to something that is, a combative plant, and instead of it feeding into us, and instead of it helping us, it's depleting us. It's taking away our energy. It's taking away our resources. It's taking away our focus. It's taking away it's stopping us from growing. It's making us grow slowly. It's making us, like, we have things that are happening in our lives every single day, and even when you're building relationships or you're building community, that are doing those things, and you have to be mindful and say, well, I know that even if it happened to you, you're not going to look at it and say, oh, well, it's a total loss. No, you're going to look at that loss as a lesson and not a loss, right? Because now I know what to do differently. Every year when I'm in the garden, I learn something different. Every single year I'm learning something different. Every single year is a new challenge. Somebody sent me a message in my DM, and they was like, oh, your green thumb is green thumbing this year, right? And I was like, it kind of is from what you see, but I have a new challenge. But I don't have to tell you that. I don't have to say, I don't have to wear, my challenges on my sleeve. I'm just saying, I know that I'm dealing with something. I know that right now I'm dealing with a challenge. I know, I shared with you guys that the bugs, I don't know what, is devouring my plants. They're devouring the leaves. I don't know what it is. And no matter what I do, I cannot make them stop. I've tried 7 powder. I've tried neem oil in the soap. I've tried cinnamon. I've tried plenty of things, and it has not stopped eating the leaves yet. It seemed like no matter what I put on them, it kept on eating it. So it's eating it even faster. And we're doing some things like that too, right? We're destroying ourselves. We know that some things are not serving us. We know that some things are destroying our leaves. We know that some things are stealing from us, but we still allow that thing to happen. And no matter what we're trying to do, it's not working, right? And it's not going to work until you cut that thing off. And that's where the pruning comes in, right? But I noticed that there's some things that are eating my leaves that weren't eating my leaves before. I never had a problem growing green beans, right? I used to have a problem growing cucumbers because I had my cucumbers in the wrong location. I had my cucumbers in the wrong location. And so when it rained, the slugs came out, and I had slugs eating the cucumbers. And by the time I came out to, check my plants or whatever, there maybe have been a slug, 1 or 2 slugs there. But I was like, when I first initially, started gardening, I was like, I don't know what's eating my leaves. I don't know what's eating my leaves. Then I caught a slug on one of the leaves, and I was like, oh, it's the slugs that are eating my leaves. I had to move it from there and move it into a different location for it to grow. And so, yeah, last year, abundant. The year before I was good. I know last year for sure, abundant, right? This year, I'm struggling. You may have had a season where everything was going right for you. You may have had a season when all of nature was working for your good, right? You could have had a whole thing. You just had the right thing. Everything was in the right place. And then some things, even though the circumstances may be the same, something may be changing. Something is not happening, right? So the way that I was doing my cucumbers last year, I can't do them this year. Why? Because I'm now presented with a new challenge. Does anybody feel what I'm saying? Or am I just speaking, crazy? Because a lot of the times I have a whole bunch of ideas in my head and I'm trying to make a point and I may be trying to over explain or may not be clear enough. So let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. I had to move my cucumbers from the location it was in because the slugs were devouring it and my cucumbers would not grow, right? When I moved my cucumbers to my front garden, they started to grow. They were growing and they were growing abundantly. This year, I put them in the same exact place, did the same exact process, but now I have a new challenge. Now my new challenge is that there is something eating the leaves. My leaves are starting to yellow, they're starting to brown, and they're getting holes in them. Now I see that didn't happen to me last year, but it's happening to me this year, right? So last year, amazing growth. This year, I'm struggling to get them past, a certain, I don't have any flowers. Do I have flowers? I have flowers on a few, but I don't have flowers on all of them. And I had to prune them early. Usually I could prune them when they start, trellising up. But this year I had to do them differently. Listerine. I'll try that. Listerine, I think you told me lemon water too, but I think that I don't know if I am good with the lemon because I think the acidity of that is going to do something to my leaves, because whatever I was putting on it before, when I put the neem oil, and it might have been the peppermint oil, that made my leaves crunchy. So yeah. So I'm just saying, so just, the things that worked for me before is not working for me now. So I am presented with a new challenge, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to still continue to grow, to try to grow my cucumbers. I'm still going to do everything that I need to do in order for my cucumbers to grow. Why? Because I know that I can grow cucumbers. I know that this can happen. And we need to think about it the same way. We need to think about it the same way because we have to move things out of the way sometimes, right? So I'm presented with a challenge. So my green thumb that was working, it's still green, but now it's green with a little yellow. You know what I'm saying? It's green with a little yellow. So I got to get that yellow to green. So now I got to do what I need to do in order for me to get the little yellow spots on my green thumb. I need to do what I need to do in order for it to be back to green. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Let me know. Discipline, motivation, and education. Yes, spray your plants with Listerine, great bug killer. I'm going to try. With you, you have to pivot to grow. Yep. Because sometimes the things that you thought will work won't work. Discipline, education, and authenticity. Got you. And y'all remember that. Y'all put your 3 sisters where you can see it. Put your 3 sisters where you can see it, because this is going to help you to stay focused. This is going to help you to stay focused. So what things have you noticed that are your combative plants in your life? What are your combative plants in your life? I can tell you for sure. One of my combative plants is procrastination. I could tell you for sure. Me planting that next to my crop is destroying my crop. It is depleting my energy. It is depleting my nutrients. I already could tell you right now. One of my combative plants is procrastination. Let me know one of your combative plants in the chat. One of the combative plants in the chat. It is going to mess up your growth. It is going to steal your joy. It's going to steal your nutrients. You're going to have to compete just to live. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to fight for your nutrients. From 5 Heartbeats, I got to fight every night to prove my love. You're going to have to do that in order for you to survive. Right? So what are your combative plants in your business? What are your combative plants in your business? And like I said, one for me is procrastination. Another may be piling too much on my plate. Piling too much on my plate, not being single-minded, not being multitasking can be another one, because I'm trying to do everything and everything is getting a little bit of my attention at a time, as opposed to me focusing, being laser focused on this thing and get that task out the way and then try the next one and do the same thing and give it 100% to every single task. That may be another one. We think that multitasking is something that is like, oh yeah, this is great. But if you look at it, you look at the type of work and how much you are putting out, you notice that you're not putting in enough effort into making that thing happen to the best that it could, right? Things are happening, things are growing, and things are, in its place, but they're not there at the best of its capacity, right? Let me know what you got in here. Okay, mindset and procrastination are my combatants. Got you. Got you, got you, got you. Making too much. Another. Yes, making too much. And procrastination. That's mine and doubt sometimes. Got you. Hey, Rosalicia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Consistency and procrastination for me. Okay. Okay. Procrastination for me as well. I tell y'all, procrastination is like a disease. That disease is going to eat up your plants. It is going to eat up your plants. It's going to steal up all your nutrients. Your leaves are going to start turning yellow. And they're going to start turning, then they're going to turn brown, and then they're going to fall off. And you'll never produce fruit. And your growing season will be over. And it'll never happen. It'll never happen. So we got to get, procrastination has got to be like out of sight, out of mind. It cannot even exist. It cannot exist in your soil. It cannot exist. It can't even be around. It can't even be like, there's some plants that you can plant, like when you are companion planting or you want to grow something that is going to compete for the same nutrients, you got to grow it further away. This is something that can't be close to you at all. Like, it needs to be away from you. It cannot be there. Procrastination does not serve us at any point. There is no benefits in procrastination, none at all. Unless you may have procrastinated on a deal and you were waiting on something and you got some more money or whatever, something like that. But procrastination in your business and getting the job done, absolutely not. It will not serve you. It will not serve you. Miss Betty Rose said mindset. Yep. Michelle, Kay, Rosalicia, Miss Lois, Melody, we all say procrastination. We all say procrastination. So we have to eliminate that, and whatever, and Big Meech just said that too, procrastination for sure. We have to eliminate it. We have to eliminate it because it's not going to serve us. If we know that something is going to slowly kill us, why would we still be doing it? And that's with any habit, because we still do it anyway. We know I don't do it, but some people do. Smoking is a habit, and they know that it may slowly be killing them, but they still smoke. Let me tell y'all something. My dad smokes, right? And he's not supposed to be smoking. He had a stroke, and he's not supposed to be smoking. He know that it can, potentially kill him. He know that it could he knows that it's slowly killing him because of, the type of habit and what it does to your body and your lungs and everything else. He knows that, but we still do it. Right. And that's what procrastination is. And we need to look at it like that. Right. We don't look at it. We look at it like the enjoyment. It feels good for us in that moment. It feels real good for us to not want to, put something off to whenever we need to do it. It feels real good to do that. And so since it feels good to do it and we know that it's going to hurt us, we still do it anyway. Right. We have to stop doing that. We have to start looking at it. I don't know how you can make it look uglier than it is. You know what I'm saying? I guess the comfort provides that, that not the blinders, but it shields the idea of, the thing not getting done. And we need to look at it like, this thing is really harming us. This thing is not going to help us. It doesn't serve us in no aspect of our business, no aspect in our personal growth. We need to get rid of procrastination. Right? Because it's definitely a combative plant. It's definitely a combative plant. Glad to be back with you guys. Miss y'all. Gotta run to an appointment. Have a blessed day. Or we miss you and we love you too, girl. Have a great day. I can stop smoking. I can stop procrastinating. That's right. If I can stop smoking, I can stop procrastinating. Yes. Yes, 14 years and counting. Yes. Let's go, Ms. Lois. Let's go, Ms. Lois. One of my neighbors came by yesterday and she told me she used to smoke. She don't smoke now. And I was like, what? You smoke? I didn't even know she was a smoker. My mom used to smoke too, right? And so she picked up the habit again. I'm like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We trying to live better. We trying to live longer. We trying to, live our best life. And you're not gonna be able to live your best life doing that. Right? So we gotta start doing the things that even though we don't like doing them, we're gonna have to do them. And even though we know putting it off till later seems appealing at the time, we know in the long run it's not going to be, because now we gotta double back and do all the stuff that we put off, and now we're overwhelmed and overloaded with all of this other stuff. So we gotta work on that. We gotta work on that. So let me know in the chat if you guys enjoyed our garden conversation this morning. Now tomorrow I'm going to be talking about fertilizer. I'm going to definitely be talking about the fertilizer and fertilizing your garden and the importance of pouring back into yourself and your nutrients and how much you should be pouring back. Not so much how much you should be pouring into yourself, but especially the type of fertilizer that you use. You can't use every fertilizer for everything. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful. You got to know what you're growing. You got to know what you're going to put into it, because that's going to determine what you get out of it. So let me know if today was good for you. Let me know if we can go even further. If there's other things that you want to talk about, definitely do that. Make sure that you guys, if you are not subscribed yet, I don't know what y'all doing. Go on ahead and subscribe to our channel. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki. Also, make sure you turn on your notifications bell, because you will be notified whenever we go live. And we are going to go back live on July 11th when we have Miss Eula on. It's going to be amazing. You guys are going to have a fabulous show. Is going to be a great awakening. I love Miss Eula. She prays for us. She treats people. Goodness gracious. When I tell you she prays, yes. Yes, y'all going to have an amazing Thursday. It's going to be a great Thursday for y'all. Great Thursday for y'all. So make sure y'all in the building. What else do I want to tell y'all? The mugs are available on our website. So going over to the website and click community store. Go to Bubble Babes, BABEZ, university.com, click community store, and you will be able to, not community store, campus store, and you'll be able to get one of our custom mugs. Also, there's a sale on the classes because I'm trying to build the YouTube community, because I have the membership. And so there's a sale on the classes. So if you wanted to take the body butter, the whip wax class, or the sugar scrub master class, and the sugar scrub master class, I teach you how to make a variety of sugar scrubs from rinse and clean to the most moisturizing. So if you want to learn that, that's also available. They are 30% off until, I think I have it on until Sunday. So if you want to do that, level up, you can. What else do I want to say? I think that is it. That's all for today. That is all for today, I think. Let me see. My mom smoked until my sister told her that her breath stunk. Oh, wow. Not balancing and organizing my time. Got you, Kara. Got you. Great conversation. Thank you. Yes, it was. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. Sometimes things that I think everybody is going to enjoy, sometimes I just be in my head a lot. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it, and we will be talking more about it tomorrow, especially. We're going to be talking about it more for the season, because it's my growing season. I'm late in the comments, but procrastination is my combative plan. Got you. So with that being said, everybody, I appreciate you all for rocking with me every single day. If you are in the 7-day group, make sure that you go into the group to get the information, especially to answer the poll question. And that is it. That is all, y'all. I will talk to y'all in the morning at 9 a.m. Did I tell y'all everything? Yes, I think I did. So I will talk to you guys in the morning. Have an amazing day, y'all. Bye, y'all.